All right, let's dive into the book of Obadiah.
Okay.
You send us chapters 1 and 7 from the World English Bible Catholic Book Order.
Right.
It's a pretty short book, but
Yeah, it is.
but it packs a punch.
It really does.
So what is it about?
It's a prophetic book,
Okay.
a vision that Obadiah receives
Mm-hmm.
concerning the nation of Edom.
Edom.
Yeah, and it's a very direct message.
Direct in what way?
Judgment.
Okay, so there's no
Wait.
softening the blow here.
It's very
Stark condemnation.
Absolutely of Edom.
Yes. So what is it about Edom that warrants this?
It's not just any nation.
Great.
We're talking about the descendants of Esau,
Okay.
Jacob's brother.
Right, so this is like
Exactly.
a family feud.
It's a family feud steeped in history
Oh, wow.
and religious significance.
So it's more than just like
Absolutely.
two countries going at it.
This is deep.
So what did Edom do?
So the text doesn't give us a timeline of all their offenses,
Right.
but scholars believe it's probably referring to times when
Go.
Edom either sided with Israel's enemies,
Okay, so like straight up
straight-up
And
portrayal,
bits.
or they just exploited Israel's vulnerability
while they were down.
during a war in exile. Yeah,
It's not like kicking them while they're down.
exactly. And you have to remember,
Okay.
these nations were constantly competing, vying for power
Right.
in the ancient Near East.
They're right next to each other.
Yeah,
So it's high stakes.
it's high stakes.
So is there any evidence in the text of
Yeah, definitely.
this dynamic?
Verse 11 jumps out.
Okay.
It says, "In the day that you stood on the other side,
Okay.
in the day that strangers carried away his substance, and foreigners entered into his gates,
Wow.
and cast lots for Jerusalem, even you were as one of them."
So they're not just standing by. They're like
complicit.
complicit. Yeah.
Absolutely. So Edom is clearly not innocent here.
So how does Obadiah
No, right.
really
Yeah.
drive this point home?
He uses some really vivid imagery.
Okay.
He compares Edom to someone dwelling high up in the clefts of the rock,
Okay.
boasting, "Who will bring me down to the ground?"
So this is just straight up
Arrogance,
arrogance.
pride
Yeah.
that blinds the
consequence of their actions.
Exactly.
So it's like this pride is
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
They think they're untouchable.
Right.
And it leads to their downfall.
There's that chilling line in chapter 1
Yes.
that says, "Though you soar high like the eagle,
Oh, yeah.
and though your nest is set among the stars, I will bring you down from there,"
He's powerful.
says the Lord.
Very powerful.
So it's like you can be as high as you want.
You can think you're above it all.
God will bring you down.
Yeah. Pride comes before the fall.
So how does this fall?
Manifest for Edom.
It's not pretty.
What's the punishment?
Obadiah doesn't hold back.
Okay.
He uses the image of Edom being like stubble
Stibble.
that will be burned by the fire on
Okay.
this jade.
So this is like
Like mock for that.
utter destruction.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
not a good picture.
Not a good outcome for Edom.
So is there any hope offered in Obadiah? Or is it all just fire and brimstone?
It's not all doom and gloom.
Okay.
There is a glimmer of hope,
Okay.
and it's woven throughout the book,
Why?
especially in the promises made to the house of Jacob.
Okay. So
It's basically
Israel. So there's some hope for them.
There is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a restoration
A restoration of what?
of their fortunes, but
Oh.
even more importantly,
Okay.
the establishment of God's kingdom.
Wow. So this is not just like
No.
bouncing back. It's like
It's a whole new level.
next
for them.
level.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
this is a people who've faced exile and war,
Right.
betrayal.
Yeah, and yet
There's this belief
they believe.
in a future where things will be set right.
That's powerful.
It is.
But is this hope?
That's a good question.
Only for Israel, or is there a...
That's where it gets really interesting because
Oh.
Obadiah's prophecy,
Yeah,
it isn't just about Edom and Israel.
okay,
It expands to this broader theme
okay.
of the day of the Lord.
Day of the Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, for those of us who aren't like
Yeah.
Bible scholars,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
So it's a time of reckoning,
Okay,
a divine judgment upon the world.
okay.
It appears throughout prophetic literature,
Mm-hmm.
and it often signals upheaval,
Okay,
transformation.
so it's not just punishment.
Right. It's about injustice being exposed and corrected.
So there's cleansing,
Yeah,
renewal.
exactly.
So how does that connect back to this
Yeah.
hope that we were talking about?
Because while Obadiah highlights the consequences, he also emphasizes the possibility of redemption.
And a just world order.
So there is hope, even in this judgment.
There is.
So how do we reconcile
it's a good question.
Harsh judgment against Edom with this universal hope?
Well, Obadiah seems to be saying that justice and accountability apply to everyone.
Not just Edom.
Not just Edom.
Okay.
No one's exempt.
So from the consequences.
Actions have consequences.
Actions have consequences, but there's also a possibility for redemption.
Okay.
A chance to align yourself with God.
Okay.
And build a better future.
There's that verse that says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the nations. As you have done, it shall be done to you.
Right.
Your deeds shall return upon your own head.
Like a boomerang.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around.
So how do we see this playing out today?
I mean, that's a big question.
Yeah.
It's a question for all of us to wrestle with.
Yeah. So what resonates with you from...
Well, I think Obadiah challenges us.
To look at the world with a discerning eye.
Okay.
Are we like Edom? Turning a blind eye to injustice or even participating in it?
Wow.
Or are we working to build a better world?
Yeah.
A world that reflects compassion, justice, accountability.
So this is not just some ancient text.
It's not. It's a mirror
to our own actions.
So are we
call to action.
Contributing to the problem?
Yeah.
Or are we part of the solution?
Exactly.
And this day of the Lord?
Yeah.
Is it something that's like...
What if it's not just an event?
Yeah.
What if it's an ongoing process of judgment and renewal?
It's happening all around us.
Yeah.
So we all have a part to play.
We do.
In this cosmic drama.
It's a cosmic drama, and our choices matter.
Our choices matter.
They have ripple effects.
But is there anything in Obadiah's language that you find particularly relevant?
You know what there is? He talks about how Edom was betrayed by their allies.
Oh, wow.
Those who eat your bread, he says.
So like their closest allies.
Exactly.
The people they trusted.
Yeah, it's a betrayal from within.
It's got a sting.
It does. And it's connected to their arrogance.
Okay.
Their sense of superiority.
But so their pride.
Yes, their pride blinded them.
To the true nature of their relationship.
Exactly.
So they were vulnerable.
Vulnerable to manipulation.
So it's not just about military defeat.
No.
It's about a moral failing.
A lack of trust.
A lack of empathy.
Yeah, and I think that's relevant for us today.
Yeah.
In a world where relationships are often transactional.
Yeah, we don't really trust people.
Exactly.
As much anymore.
So Obadiah reminds us that genuine connection based on respect and understanding.
Those are important.
It's crucial for a just and compassionate world.
So when we lose that ability to empathize, we dehumanize others.
Yeah.
We create conflict.
We do.
We create injustice.
Exactly. And it all goes back
to this day of the Lord.
Yeah.
Which maybe isn't just an event.
Right. Maybe it's ongoing.
Maybe it's happening all around us.
A constant process.
Of judgment and renewal.
And we're being called to account.
For our acts.
For our choices. Every single day.
So every day we have a choice.
We do.
To perpetuate harm or to break free.
That's powerful.
It is so Obadiah's prophecy.
Yeah.
It's not just about Edom.
It's a timeless message.
It's a call to action for all of us.
To choose empathy.
To choose justice.
To build a better world.
And that's the beauty of these ancient texts.
Right.
They offer this timeless wisdom.
They do.
That we can apply to our lives today.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the book of Obadiah, I want to leave you with this.
Okay.
How will you carry this message forward?
That's a good question.
In your own life,
yeah.
Will you choose empathy and justice or pride and self-interest?
The choice is yours.
The choice is yours. Choose wisely.
And may your actions contribute to a better world.
A world filled with compassion, accountability, and hope.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep seeking truth.